Hello guys, welcome back. George is coming over in just a few minutes, not on 2 wheels but on 4. He's coming to show us one of his other stunning restorations. Here he is. Hello, George. Bellissimo.
I went right by it again.
I saw you.
Every time I come over here.
Everyone gets lost. Don't worry. Everyone gets lost. Oh, what a car for a day like today, George.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
I bet, actually, yes.
Warm.
Great pops, doesn't it? With the black and the
Yeah,
red
that's
interior.
That's the thing. That red is.
Was this the original color combination for this car?
For this car, yeah. This is it's a 1960. It's a Alfa Romeo Giulietta Spider Veloce. So it's the hot rod of this series. They started this car in 54, 55, and they went to 65. And in 62 and a half or so, they went to they did what they called the Giulia. It became a Giulia instead of the Giulietta.
Okay.
And it had a 1600 motor in it. This has a 1300 cc motor. And the car weighs a little less than 2,000 pounds. So it's more top end than anything. The Veloce had a little more powerful motor. It had dual Webers. Cam profile was a little different brakes, a little bit different brakes on it. Had a different rear end. And some other just little things that made it go faster.
Yeah.
It was the hot rod. And it was a limited production. So this year, this model, there were only 500 of them out there that were during that time. This car originally was black, so I kept it black. I swore I'd never have another black car again, but they're so hard to take care of. I restored this car in '06, so it's been 14 years now.
Wow,
and when I got it, it was a rolling chassis. It had different wheels on it, no motor. The motor was in the back of a pickup with the gearbox, and I had it delivered that way. It had been painted, but every panel had some flaws in it. It had a lot of orange peel in it. Body work was good. It had been stored since '86 in different garages and shops around town. Most of the cars of this time were imported by Hoffman. He was the importer for MGs and Austin Healey's and Alfa and so forth.
Okay.
This car was not brought in by him. It was actually delivered to the Alfa Romeo product division in Switzerland, and it was there for 2.5 years. So the theory might have been that it might have been a show car for a while, or a display car in Switzerland. And then eventually a U.S. serviceman bought it, and he brought it back with him. Some story that maybe it was club raced in Europe a little bit and driven around Europe some. But
pretty much like a full nut and bolt restoration.
Oh, it was everything came off this car. I'd been through every switch and every nut and every bolt, and I've wire wheeled every bolt on this car, and had everything replated. Been through all the switches, and I rebuilt the gauges. I rebuilt the motor. The only thing I didn't rebuild was the gearbox. I had that done, and I've had it done twice now. I just had it redone.
Yes.
So it's performing very well. Yeah, everything's been through this car. I can show you the open the hood if you want.
Love to see.
Yeah, all right.
I'd love to see in there.
Got my car cover in there, but yeah. Ooh, it's hot. Have to hold on to.
Oh, it's immaculate, George. It looks like a brand new car in there.
I've got 15,000 miles on it since I restored it. These cars are a lot of fun to drive.
You have to keep them revving pretty high then,
Yeah,
do you?
because there's not a lot of torque. And again, it has the dual Webers. They're 40 DCOE Webers. And it's got a twin overhead cam. It's a Hemi motor. So this motor was kind of way ahead of its time. This is not stock here. I added that for better breathability, but for show I have the original cap and all.
You're obviously showing this car then. This is like a 101 point restoration car.
It scored 101.8 at the last national convention. It has a certificate de oro, which is the certificate that Alfa Romeo National awards anything over 95. 98.95 car, and I had a 98.6, I think it was, which was when I first showed the first time I showed the car, and I learned some things that were not correct, and since then I've improved on them. Didn't have the correct bolts, you know, under the hood. I had taken them off and I put new bolts on. So I since have replated and replaced those and things like that. So you can get crazy, but now I just drive it. You know.
And do you have parts that specifically you just keep for shows and that you take off when you're not?
No, not really. I mean, I have these are not the original wheels. These are aftermarket Campagnolo style copies.
Yes.
But the originals were magnesium of these wheels that were this copy. That these are a copy of. But the original wheels were stamped steel. They were the D style. They had a D hole in them, similar to this, and they had hubcaps. And I have a complete set of those wheels and hubcaps that are in perfect condition. I had the hubcaps re-chromed and the centers replaced as perfect, you know, plastic centers in them. And then I even have the original Pirelli tires that were given to me with this car. They were brand new. I have the spare is actually a brand new Pirelli.
Oh goodness! And
the Centuro, and that. So I have a complete set of, like, they're old. They're probably 30 years old tires now, but they're brand new. I've driven them twice. I drove them once to Forest Grove when I did the first show at Forest Grove, and so I drove them to there. But I don't want to drive with them.
No.
So these are more modern tires, and they're the stock size and all, they're skinny tires. But
what a provenance!
They handle real well. The car slides around where you want it to.
Yeah.
And, you got a good feel for the road. You're not. Big tires don't break. They break loose when you don't want them to, and you don't have the power to handle a big tire on a car like this.
It's just like exquisite, George, isn't it? The finish.
Yeah.
The attention to detail, like you say, it's like jewellery, isn't it? You've had British cars though as well, haven't you?
I've had a lot of British cars.
How would you compare? There's just a finesse to this.
I like British cars, but they're clunky and this is a very tight car. I mean, it's lightweight. It was never designed to last as long as they did. I've had Healey's and MGs and Morris's, and this is by far the best handling and the most fun to drive. Thank you for sharing your beautiful car with us. Thank you for doing these.
Yeah, pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?